Hello, and welcome to another episode of Movie Spoiler Alerts. Today we're talking about the 2011 film, X-Men First Class. This was the fifth X-Men film to come out from Fox. The X-Men films have two timelines. Check out the link in the description below for a more clear picture for where this film falls. The summary does rely in part that you've seen the previous films. If you'd like to see a summary, check out the links below, as well as see the summaries for the other Marvel films that I have. The film opens in 1944 with a young Magneto, known at this time as Erik, having bent the metal gates at a Nazi concentration camp, much like the opening of the first X-Men film. Erik is brought into the office of Nazi Dr. Klaus Schmidt, who tries to get Erik to move a metal coin, and when he can't, Erik's parents are killed. Erik's powers manifest, and he kills two guards and destroys the entire room. Back in New York, a young telepath, Charles Xavier, meets with a young shapeshifter, Raven. Xavier invites Raven to live with him as his foster sister. In 1962, Erik is tracking down Dr. Schmidt while Xavier graduates from college. In Las Vegas, a CIA agent, Dr. Moira McTaggart, and Colonel Hendry find Dr. Schmidt, now known by the name Sebastian Shaw, in a club with several other mutants, including the telepath Emma Frost, cyclone-producing Riptide, and a teleporter. Quick note, Dr. Moira McTaggart is the same doctor seen in the post-credits scenes of X-Men The Last Stand. Colonel Hendry is teleported to the war room in order to try to persuade the government to move nuclear missiles to Turkey. We also discover that Shaw is actually an energy-absorbing mutant, and later on ends up killing Hendry. McTaggart takes Xavier and Raven to the CIA to convince the CIA director that mutants exist and that Shaw is a real threat. The mutants are brought to a secret CIA facility called Division X. Later on, McTaggart and Xavier find Shaw just as Erik is attacking him. Erik nearly drowns and Shaw escapes. Xavier brings Erik to Division X, where they meet a young mutant scientist named Hank McCoy, with hand-like feet. Hank believes that Raven's DNA may provide a cure for the altered appearance of some mutants, and investigates this further. Xavier uses Hank's mutant locating device, Cerebro, to help find more recruits to fight against Shaw. Several of the recruits take on new names, with Raven adopting the new name Mystique. Emma Frost, Shaw's right-hand woman, meets with a Soviet general in the USSR, where Xavier and Erik capture her. They discover Shaw means to start World War III and bring mutants to the top over humans. Division X is attacked, and all the human staff are killed, and Shaw invites the surviving mutants to join him. Some accept, some refuse, and some are killed. Xavier takes the remaining mutants to his family's mansion for training. Meanwhile in Moscow, Shaw compels the USSR to put missiles in Cuba. Shaw, wearing a special-made helmet to block telepathy, travels with the Soviets to ensure that the missiles make it through the US blockade. Hank uses the cure on himself, which backfires, causing him to turn blue and grow hair, where he becomes the character better known as Beast. The mutants and McTaggart travel to the US blockade line to stop Shaw. Erik uses his powers to lift Shaw's submarine out of the water and moves it to land. A battle breaks out, and Erik takes off Shaw's helmet, allowing Xavier to use his telekinesis to stop Shaw. Erik tells Shaw that while he agrees with Shaw's opinions on mutant superiority, he must avenge his mother, and kills Shaw by forcing the Nazi coin from his childhood through Shaw's brain. Fearing the mutants, both the USSR and the US fire missiles at the mutants, but Erik reverses their trajectory back at the ships. McTaggart tries to stop Erik by shooting him, which Erik deflects the bullet, and one of the bullets hits Xavier in the spine, paralyzing him. Erik rushes to Xavier's aid, and while distracted, the missiles fall harmlessly into the ocean. Erik then leaves, taking several of the mutants with him, leaving due to his and Xavier's different views on mutants and humans. As the film concludes, Xavier opens a school inside of his mansion for mutants. McTaggart vows to never reveal Xavier's location. Erik adopts the name Magneto and frees Emma Frost. So that was the spoilers for X-Men First Class. If you have another film you'd like to see me spoil, please let me know in the comments below. Check out movie spoiler alerts on our various forms of social media listed below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.